Hello everyone, and welcome to the third Peachy Q&A. I am actually backed up on questions, so I'm going to try and answer as many as I can in 15 minutes. Thank you guys so much for submitting so many awesome ones. Here we go. Have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender and or its follow-up series, The Legend of Korra? I highly recommend it. I have watched Avatar. It is amazing and awesome, and I loved it. I have watched the first 1 or 2 seasons of Korra. I lost interest in it a little bit, but I've heard that later on in the series it gets really, really good again, so it's one of those series that I think I should pick up at some point again, so I'm going to do that. Who got you into gaming? Same question for anime. For me, it was my parents, who are major science fiction Japan geeks. Yay for day one brainwashing. As far as gaming goes, mine's kind of similar. I wouldn't call my dad a gamer, but my dad has always been into, like, computers and sci-fi. A lot of the stuff that I'm into, my dad's also into, except for anime. Anime was something I kind of discovered on my own. But I was playing simple DOS games and like Kid Pix and Tree House and all these really simple games when I was old enough to operate a keyboard and mouse and be able to do it. So, and also playing Atari at my grandmother's house. Ever since I was old enough to do it, I've been doing it. Nobody in my family was really like major gamers before me, but they were just enough into it that it gave me an introduction to it when I was little. Awesome. This is from Dawn. How did Mr. Peachy propose to you and where? I love that you guys call him Mr. Peachy, and he thinks it's hilarious too. Long story short, we do a medieval combat sport called Dagger here. He does the fighting part. I go for like the dress up, the camping, the photography, the nightlife, stuff like that. And so he proposed to me at one of those events. It was actually really freezing cold, and I remember like being freezing cold, and but everybody was in this big banquet hall for our like the formal feast, and he got up in front of everybody they were having a bardic competition, and he got up and said some nice things. I can't even remember now because I was so flustered, but he called me up there and proposed to me, and it was very wonderful and nice, and yay. What is your favorite type of nut? Cashews are amazing, and I didn't even discover that I loved cashews until I was like 20 or something, maybe 25. I don't even know. It was, I don't know. It was a good day because I love cashews. They're the best. They're the best. How do you feel about Cowboy Bebop? I have seen it. I thought it was okay. I watched it in like an anime club, so it was kind of like just what we were watching at the time, and it was good. I liked it. I actually don't remember a lot of it, but yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? And if you like it, who is your fave pony? My Little Pony Friendship is Magic people are not gonna like me, but I don't hate it. I just don't... I can't get into it. I can't get into it. I tried multiple times to get into it. I watched like the first 5 episodes, and I was just like, I'm not feeling this. I don't know why. I love the memes and the jokes and stuff and the culture that comes from it. Just when it comes down to actually sitting and watching the show, for some reason I can't do it. I loved My Little Pony growing up. I love the 80s ponies. Those are my ponies. My ponies are the 80s ponies. I can't get into these newfangled ponies. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay, here's another one from me, Firestar100. Have you ever tried to draw Sailor Moon? I have, but 90s style. Also, what is your favorite anime besides Sailor Moon and Magical Girl series? I love Madoka Magica too. Okay, thanks. I have tried to draw Sailor Moon. I am not an artist, but I have tried my best. I will put up on the screen probably what I consider to be the best Sailor Moon picture I've ever drawn, which is like terrible compared to what's out there, but learning to draw was just something I never pursued further than that. What is my other favorite anime besides Sailor Moon and Magical Girls series? Well, my second favorite anime is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, which is not a Magical Girls series, so I guess that satisfies both of your questions. Hi Aurora, you're so awesome and love your channel. Thank you! What is your favorite Disney movie? Aladdin. Aladdin by far is my favorite Disney movie. I was obsessed with Aladdin. They came out with those new Disney Infinity figures. I want Jasmine so bad. Jasmine is my favorite princess. Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie. I love it. I want it. Second favorite is Lion King. Hello, Peachy. Have you ever seen the anime Pre-Tier? I have. It's like Sailor Moon meets Snow White, and it's awesome. It is. Totally recommend it. Love your videos. Love Rena. Thank you, Rena. I have seen Pre-Tier. It's only like 12 episodes. It's real short, but it's really cute, and I liked it a lot. The only thing I wished they had focused on all of the characters, rather than like she kind of like mained one or two of them. I wish they had gone more into all of the characters. What is your favorite genre of games and the first game or gaming station you ever played? As I said before, I think the first game I actually ever played was on DOS. I think it was Play School Bus. I mean, if you're going way, way back and talking about the true first video game I ever played, that was it. First console game would be something on Atari, because my grandmother had Atari, and I played that every single time I went over there, so my first gaming station was Atari. I don't know which one. My favorite genre of games, I don't know if I have, I mean, obviously Guild Wars 2 is an MMO, so I love MMOs, but I also love, like, real-time strategy. RPGs, too. I like a lot of genres. I like a lot of genres. If I had to pick a favorite, probably MMOs, though. Because I could just lose hours and hours in MMOs. Okay, I like this question. This is very interesting. As an introvert, do you prefer not to be messaged in-game by people you're not close with, unless you're streaming or something, of course? It's a very interesting question, and it's one that I kind of don't like to answer, because the honest answer is that I would prefer that I not be messaged. But at the same time, I like getting that feedback. If someone like messages me, like I get whispers in Guild Wars 2 all the time just saying, hey, I love your videos, you know, keep up the good work, or whatever, and I'll say, thank you, I really appreciate it. And that's it, you know? But then I have other people who will message me and want to have these deep, long conversations in map chat or in you know, in-game chat, and it's really annoying. I'm like, I'm trying to play the game, I can't have deep thoughts about lore with you while I'm trying to farm the silver waste, you know? And it's not so much that I don't want to talk about those things, but it's the fact that I feel like I can't give them the attention that I want to because I'm in the middle of playing a game. So, real short, quick messages, yeah, that's great, love it. If you want to have like a deep conversation with me about something, or ask me a question that it has a long answer, you know, Twitter me, Facebook me, email me, something like that is much, much better, because I don't feel like I can give you the time that I want to and the attention that I want to when I'm playing the game. So yeah, that's that, yeah. I hope that didn't sound mean. And yes, that does go with being an introvert, because honestly, I know it's an MMO, but I actually, most of the time, I prefer playing alone, simply because I am an introvert. So a lot of times people will say, do you want to run a dungeon? And I'll say like, no, I'm just kind of farming the silver waste right now, doing my own thing, you know? And I feel bad every time I have to say that. Okay, next, do you play Pokemon? If so, what is your favorite Pokemon? I have played a couple Pokemon games. I wouldn't say I currently play Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon has always been Articuno, just because that's my default I always go to, because I love Articuno. I love the legendaries, and Articuno is like the prettiest of the legendary Pokemon, so that is my favorite. I don't know if that's a weird way to pick a favorite Pokemon, but it is. This is an old comment, obviously. This shows you I'm like a month behind on comments. You are reaching the internet's magical number. Must reward the 909,000 and first subscriber. Yeah! As of this video, I am quite a ways over, but I am officially over 9,000 subscribers. I think it happened sometime during or right after PAX, so I actually kind of missed it, and I looked today and I was like, oh crap, I haven't made that joke yet. Over 9,000 subscribers! Yay! This one is from Charm. Hi Aurora, have you tried the South Sun Cove jumping puzzle before? Have a great day, Charm. I've tried it. I didn't get very far. Cause I think you have to start with like hopping over these like these pillars and there's like water coming out of them or something, as I remember. Is that the only jumping puzzle on South Sun Cove? I remember trying it and not being able to get past that first part, and then I saw Mesmer porting to the end. And so I got to the end, I got my rewards and my achievement, and I've never tried it again since. I probably should try to actually do it, but I have so many jumping puzzles that I haven't completed yet that I need to concentrate on those first. What editing software do you use? I either use Adobe Premiere. I think I have CS4, so it's a couple versions old by now. I used to always use that exclusively. Now though, I started having problems with Premiere, with it crashing, it not recognizing files, it like was playing not smoothly in the timeline, and it just frustrated me to no end. So, I bought, Sony Movie Studio. I think it's Sony Movie Studio Platinum 13. Richie uses a version of that, and he recommended it to me, and I downloaded a trial and worked with it, and I loved it. So that's mainly what I use now. If there's something that I can't do in there, or don't know how to do in there, or is difficult for me to do in that program, I do go back to Premiere if I have to, but I'm trying my best to wean myself off of Premiere, because while it's an amazing program and it does amazing things, it can be very frustrating. Very frustrating. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Anybody who's used Premiere knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I think I have time for a couple more. When did you start transitioning from the American dub of Sailor Moon to the Japanese episodes? I watched all of the American episodes that there were, which at the time that I got into it, which was around 1997, they were up to somewhere in the middle of Sailor Moon R, and that's where like they stopped for a while, and I had watched up to there. And then once I discovered the internet later that year and discovered a sites where I could order VHS tapes of the original Japanese version, I was like, what is this? Actually, I first got onto AOL and I started downloading little like 10-second clips of the Japanese version, and they were all from Stars, so I like spoiled everything for the end of the series for me. But I watched these clips, like they were like this big, and you couldn't read the subtitles if there were subtitles, and like I was just enthralled. I was like, this is so cool, I need this. So then I went and found the VHS tapes and ordered and all of the episodes, and so that was kind of like discovering the internet and discovering the Japanese version of Sailor Moon was kind of like happened at the same time for me. So it was this very interesting learning experience. Like that's what I used the internet for, was learning about learning about the Japanese version of Sailor Moon. So it was a slow yet quick transition, like slowly downloading these little tiny videos and becoming obsessed with watching these 10-second clips over and over and over again, and then saying I needed full episodes, and then ordering all the episodes as soon as I could. Yeah. I think that's all I have time for. Please submit more questions to me, ask.fm/AuroraPeachy. They are completely anonymous unless you leave your name, and I will answer more questions. Thank you so much to everybody who has submitted so far. I will get through the rest of the questions later. I'm kind of behind, but please submit more and I will answer them as soon as I can. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye!